Hi everyone. In today's tutorial, we will be learning data type and variables in C programming language. But before that, let me give a recap of what we did in our previous tutorial. We were able to have an error. We had an error in line 6 of our code. When we click build and run, it showed the error here that undefined reference to printf. But what I want to call your attention is that instead of returning 0, the error ID returned 1. Remember I told you when the compiler returns either 1 or -1, it indicates that the program does not run successfully. And after we correct the mistake by putting T and we run the code again, it shows the code. And here you have something called process returned 0. That tells you that the program has what? Run successfully. For it to show what? Return 0. Check your operating system, you will know more about what process means. So for today, this is what we want to focus on. Variable declaration, variable initialization, and how to display the content of a variable. Now, what are the data type in C? The basic data type in C is int, we have float, we have char. This char is used to handle both character itself and string. When we get to the coding part, you understand how to implement this. Take note, data are divided into different categories. We have numeric data. Numeric data can be either whole number like 40, 50, -3, -71, and so on. And numeric data can also be decimal number, which I refer to as floating point numbers of values, something like 3.14, 6.99, and so on. Then we also have string of characters, which can be single character, and we have different set of characters like character consisting of 5 values or more than that, like laptop. This consists of how many characters? 6. So how do we implement this in C programming language? Then one more thing, we need to look at format specifiers. But before that, whenever your data is whole number, you have to make use of the data type int. Data type int helps to handle whole number operation. Then whenever your values are decimal numbers, you have to use the data type float. Whenever you have just single character, you have to use the data type char. But when you have more than one character, then there is a way you are going to implement it. When we get there, you will understand it better. So what are the format specifier? Whenever you make use of int data type, you have to use a format specifier in this form, %d. And whenever you use float, you have to use %f. Whenever you use char, you have to use %c. Okay, let us go and write our code. Okay, the first thing, I want to make a comment on variable declaration. And how do you declare a variable? What comes first is the data type, then followed by your variable name. Remember the rules of variable. A variable must start with a letter, or it can start with underscore. Variable must not have space in between it, and so on and so forth. So we'll be following this as a rule of thumb. So we want to display the age of a student. Age. We want to display the height of a student. We want to display the middle name of a student. And we want to display the full name of a student. So you can see from my information, I have been able to create a variable: age, height, M name, F name. Do not put any space. So this age, we store whole number. For that reason, we use data type int. This height, we store decimal numbers of floating point values. For that reason, we use the data type float. This middle name, we store data type a single character, so we use the data type char. And this full name, we store more than one string of characters, so we'll be using an array of characters to represent full name. That is char. Then in front of F name, we'll put a square bracket. Then you specify how many characters will make up a full name that you want to type. It can be 50, it can be 100, but for this tutorial, let me make use of 50. You can use any number of your choice, but try to count and put extra characters whenever you want to declare values. Now we have declared all of our variables. Now the next thing is, let us do variable initialization. Initialization takes place by using assignment operator, that is equals to symbol. Then you put your values on the right hand side. So we want to initialize age. Maybe the student age is 19. Probably the student height is 5.7 or 5.8. Then the middle name of the student is N. But to initialize char, you have to use single quote. Single quote, please take note. Single quote. Then to initialize array of character, you have to use double quote. So the name I want to place here is Adeyemi. You place it in double quotes. Now we are through with our variable. Now we now have two in one, both declaration and initialization. So altogether, this is called a variable initialization. Here is our data type. Here is our variable name. Here is an assignment operator, and here is 19. This means 19 should be stored in the variable age. 5.8 should be stored in variable height, and so on and so forth. Now, the next thing, let us display the content of each variable on the console. To do that, we'll be making use of the output function, and that is printf, open parenthesis, close parenthesis. Then you type the variable. Whenever you are typing variable within the parentheses of printf method, you don't put it in parentheses. You don't put it in double quotes. Please take note. It's only descriptive information, or when you don't use variable, that you put information within double quote. So take note, you don't put variable within double quotes. Then here we pass the variable height, and here we pass the variable m name, and here we pass the variable f name. Our code cannot work this way because we need to indicate the format specifier for the data type of age, for the data type of height, for the data type of m name, for the data type of f name. So to do that, place it before the age, put double quote and a comma. Then the format specifier for int is %d. Copy this and let us copy this. Let us paste to others. Then we edit. Okay, the format specifier for for float is F. For char is C. For array of character, you have to use S. So let's build and run the code. You can see the output 19 5.8000 and Adeyemi. This is not looking meaningful enough. For that reason, let us make use of escape character within this code. Forward N, that is escape sequence, so that all information can be placed on a new line. Build and run the code again. You can see all information are now placed on a new line. We can as well put all the information together on a straight line. To do that, so that is using multiple format specifier. We want the output to be in this form: Adeyemi, N, followed by the age, and followed by the height. So to do that, write printf, open quotes, open double quote, close double quote. What the format specifier for the variable that is holding Adeyemi is %s. Put comma. No need of putting comma. Then the next one is %c, that is for n. The next one, %d, that is for the age, and the next one is %f, that is for the height. Then put comma here. The variable for name is fname, comma. The variable for initial is m name, comma. The variable for age, that is age, and the variable for height, and that is height. Let's save and run the code. Okay, there's an error here. Expected semicolon before return. So that means telling us it has indicated where the error is. That is line 20. Please, as a programmer, you must know how to debug error. It's not all the time that your codes will be running successfully. So put semicolon here. Let's build and run the code again. Yes, we have the information here. So this is the previous information: 19, 5.8, N, Adeyemi. And we want all the information to be on a straight line using multiple format specifier. So we have Adeyemi, N, 19, 5.80000. Perhaps we want this 5.800 to be in 2 decimal places. So to do that, we'll be looking at that in our next tutorial. Thank you.